Hey YouTube, in today's video we are exploring Labyrinthos and meeting some cool new characters. Hope you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the Patreon down below. More about that at the end of the video.
Makes sense. The gleaners take the request directly from the institutions and bureaucrats, as you say. They ultimately answer to the forum. A sudden and significant increase in gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory can build from these facts. As Justola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Taleo and Alice learned from the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of the particular period of ancient history. Time to come back from Australia? Hey! I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm not in Australia, I'm now in home. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but they are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telephroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzeal's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. What should we expect down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I'd like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to the East return to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission from our group's descent. Right. Everyone to the lift and down we go. Time for the intro. Woo! Ooh, cutscene time? Is it?
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
What?
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this false architect surely belonged to that special breed.
No way!
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms.
They dug too
A simple
deep.
solution
They dug too
first,
deep.
and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
They have a whole biome down here. I want some sheep.
Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
I will say, it raining is actually kind of a cool scene for it. You know, the guitar gives me some really strong
Not what you
Bastion
expected.
vibes.
I must admit, the artifice is very convincing.
I will say, I will always be sad about how they do my girl Tataru dirty and don't give her enough screen time. I'm so happy Kryle's in this expansion. Oh.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Say I'm gonna start playing the cutscene and stop being interested, and Witchy, you're out here gifting us up. Come on. That isn't a deterrent. I don't know, should I change the title to just chat and chat? Huh? 4-day, 10-hour shifts. I'm working in the embroidery department, so I punch buttons and monogram stuff and formations at once. At least it's not like super hard labor. Because I know I used to work at a warehouse, and I would have 10-hour shifts, but it would be warehouse shifts. You should want my community? Well, you've given me money and been kind, which are two great things to have in a community, Witchy, so yes? I don't know. Potatoes are delicious.
Gleaners?
Oh, Bunny. Bunny lady. Pretty.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Let's spread out and search for clues, gang. No. What does this mean?
Did you call to me just now?
Mommy? Mommy?
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Kryl. Don't. I had to save you once from a facility where they drained your frickin' echo. Oh god. Hello. What are these? What are these? What are those? You're here to help and give you more headaches because you don't have the look of a gleaner and no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. I had a pack of marmots running loose. Your exchange with Erenville has talked about exhausted gleaners. It's almost daytime. That's right, we are stalling. Stalling.
Let me think. The Reyes seeds should be item 1058. Cumin seeds 1059. Snurtleberry 1060. What are they, 1061? Oh, my head feels like it's stuffed with boko grass. Why, more loads to take out than carry in. Why do all this once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corthurian carrots for the Garabanian carrots? What then?
You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock of the Labyrinthos. You know, sort of tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They used to do one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped on our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion.
So it seems like they're almost like Noah's Arking this, right? Like they're collecting seeds from all over the world. They're cataloging it based on like Garabania or... So it seems like almost they're building like a Noah's Ark to weather the final days. Been watching your vids on YouTube? Well, welcome on in. Can I have your pronoun? I want to make sure I don't misgender you. And also, I love seeing people come over from YouTube. Here, I'll tell you guys why. Because if you're watching me on YouTube, you have to then have the thought, wait, I like this guy enough to then go to a different website and watch him live, which is so cute, right? It's like this really, really neat feeling I feel whenever someone comes from the YouTube, because it's like they enjoy my content enough to want more of it, which is very cute. Remember your smile? We would love to learn more of what specifically the cleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them with it. If you're game to Lael, I have an idea. Just saying that's still a welcoming environment. Oh. Hey. If you're game to Lael, I have an idea. Oh yeah, I'm gaming. I'm a gamer. I dabble in video game. Didn't one of the cleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps whoever to help him capture said creatures might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this gleaner here. We can compare notes afterward. Happy hunting. I will say, this poor gleaner, they're about to get the full Kryl. Ooh, I don't know if I can handle the full Kryl. You wish to help me find the marmots? I'm
nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I welcome the assistance. Name's Erenville, friend. Specialist in collecting the live specimens. They said the capture of these Naxian marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there's no other marmot species on this tier present, so there shouldn't be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. I don't want to stuff him in a sack, it's so mean. Gently, of course. Here's my sack of marmots. Gotta go back to work, so I'll be periodically checking in. Behave yourselves, chat. That's right. Behave yourselves, chat. Have fun at work, Fane. Erenville is best boy. I am so glad I didn't give him a horrible voice then. We already had that with Runar. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot, or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Rip Runar voice, I know.
Ooh, chat, it's still here in spirit, yeah?
Hello? Hello? Oh, I wasn't I'm sorry. I was close enough to talk to, but not enough to put it in a sack. God damn it!
You marmot!
Hey! It's in the sack! It's in the sack! Congratulations! Ooh, you know what I really need to do? I need to start getting, like, sound bites for the stream. If anyone has any ideas for, like, to be able to spend points on a sound, or, like, 100 bits on a sound for the stream, could you, like, DM them to me on Discord or on Twitch? Because I wanted to add some, like, sound redeems, but I'm not sure what.
Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into their habitat. It's a good thing we're able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks.
Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? True, he is professional.
Why, the authority in charge of the Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who've had us working day and night of late. The honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed.
Just like me, chat. Hey.
Ah. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'd be served for dinner today or tomorrow.
Hello, is that just a minion over there? What is this tiny little creature? It's too tiny for a lava right? There you are, Talael. Is this the cleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots?
Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway?
I am Kryle, the students of Baldessian. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not entirely sat well with us. That is why we made a descent into the Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing the decisions put into action, we might fully understand their reasoning.
Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it?
Honestly, I'm gonna switch up this voice. Now that I'm seeing their face head on, I think I'll do more of a voice like this. Anyway, duty calls. Other animals that capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I am sorry I can't offer you more of my services. Ahsoka, thank you for the follow. Hopefully I said your name right. Welcome on in. How'd you find this little piece of the internet? Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So we've confirmed that the order of this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the cleaners have not been informed of its purpose. You're alive? Thank God. Thank God. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We've also discovered the operation began. The Forum contacted the Gleaners' guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Telepharoi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners kept abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I'm inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. But I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telephoroid's declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely. Let's not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of the Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there we can reach the lower... Stop! Ryle, what's wrong? I'm fine. Truly. Sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to lead the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path to the east, through the forest where we were first chasing for that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Behold, the Archeon. As Numenor serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does this structure hold the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved to the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archeon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. It's a real big fancy zoo. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Put an Aetherite in water so everyone who teleports gets web feeds. I didn't even think of that. just making the trip. You know, gotta teleport over here. Oops. My boots, my 2B boots are soaked. Oh, Lord. Greetings. We're here to peruse the Archeon's vaults.
Peruse? You are clearly not gleaners, then. May I ask your affiliation?
We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public.
Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. One person directly involved with the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter.
Oh, okay. So you're listening on the job then. I see how it is, Vane. Well, that every single Sharlayan has just a nasally voice.
Well, they're all kind of pencil-pushing bitches.
Yep, that's the voice exactly. Not us then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that?
That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory.
What? This is as far as we can go.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded.
By that time it would be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let's step outside for a moment, shall we? But I doubt our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. What we're going to do, chat, is we're going to go to that guy we met, the one that likes us, and we're going to have him put us in a box, and he's going to sneak us in as cargo.
You'd have earbuds? Lucky.
It is likely that the people in the area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we're to ingratiate ourselves, it might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let's ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load.
F in chat.
Oh, my little ear wiggle. Look how excited he is. Little tail swish. See, that's the only bad thing if we get the incentive of making me a Lalafell. I'll lose my ear wiggle. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
Speaking of wet boots, by the way. It's not confirmed yet, though. I mean, honestly, I'd be down for it. I need more Emmett in my life.
There you are. Any new revelations?
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that, Alice.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose.
We turn them into food.
Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties.
Oh.
But
all right.
Not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Ooh, woo, secret laboratory?
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not
like
permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What? Not only is it a secret laboratory, but it's like it's a secret laboratory. This is like, whoa, why can't I remember what it's, Roswell. This is like Roswell. You doing well? Excellent. In Dexter's laboratory is the smartest boy you've ever seen. I definitely had a mommy sorry mommy moment, Roxy.
To such strict security protocols, possibly need with a hornbill. An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
It's almost like they're building an ark and getting food supplies and things to restore the land. Big brain Taleo!
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Put me in your backpack! Take me down to the elevator!
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
Fair point, Kyo. I also would love to live in Labyrinthos. It's beautiful down here.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
The fake Sonic is pretty beautiful, Mango.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Oh no! How are we getting down?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of LABYRINTHOS. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Nothing's too perilous, treacherous for the scions of the 7th Dawn.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Thanks for watching. I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful this zone is. I hope you're enjoying it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you're feeling extra generous, check out the Patreon down below. We have shoutouts at the end of the video and weekly community nights. I'd like to thank my Patreon members John Best, Roro Lai, Svent Folger, and Rosalia Streaming Network. And as always, have a lovely day.